these are just jokes, people.
I hope you understand I'm joking.
I hope you know that I'm joking.
Is our impression? Wait, is our
what
impression?
What if I killed a black baby? I'm kidding, you guys.
Is our impression of Ari also Lewis?
Yeah, I want to make it clear that we're
not Lewis,
making fun of Ari Shaffir and not Lewis.
He is similar. Ari kind of talks like a rabbi version.
I'm a
Lewis.
Jew, doggy.
Ari kind of talks like this a little bit.
Yeah,
and Lewis kind of talks like this a little bit,
like a fucking asshole.
Robbie, you're the mimic. Like I don't,
a little California accent to him, where it goes up at the end.
Guys, what's going on? This is another live edition of the Crowder Boys. We're coming back to you fucking fired up with some new energy this new year. Happy to be back with you guys. I'm with my co-host, Dalton Diamond Hands Pruitt.
What's up?
It's him, it's DDP, and then we got Robbie G in the motherfucking house.
What's up?
Guys, we're gonna, we don't usually plan for these shows, but we have a structured show for you this time. We have two topics.
We have a lot to talk about.
So strap the fuck in and get those super chats reared up. And
Robbie, fix your microphone.
Oh, hello.
Okay,
What's
you're
going
back.
on? Why doesn't it sound good?
I don't know. You were really quiet earlier just now.
Hello. How do I sound? How does it sound?
It's good now.
Okay. Thank you for saying I look fresh, coward boys. People love this hair.
Robbie be looking so fresh and so clean.
Yeah, someone said I was balding, and I don't think I am. So checkmate.
I think I am number one balding on this podcast.
Dalton is least balding.
I have a thick, luscious head of hair.
Everything from the forehead up on Dalton is fucking amazing.
It's truly gorgeous. You and H. Foley are similar, where it's like you dress well for your size and you have beautiful hair.
Yeah.
If we Voltroned into one, we would be a pretty sexy, funny guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're
already kind of a heartthrob.
Actually, yeah, just give me Dalton's hair, honestly.
Yeah, there you go. Then you're good.
And we'll be good.
Yeah.
I don't know what you wanted from me.
Yeah, no one in my family goes bald. Like we all have my uncles all have Robin Williams genetics. They're fucking hairy, dude.
Yeah.
It's not just the hair on their head. They all have just thick mats of body hair and arm hair.
Hopefully they get other things from his genetics too. Like killing themselves. Guys, welcome to the Crowder Boys.
The worst part about overall, I'm Afghan genetics are pretty nice. I'm tall and my skin's good, but the worst thing is you're hairy everywhere, but also your hair thins on top, and it's all right, that sucks.
Whoa!
Oh shit!
Coming out the fucking gates. Daryl 401 with 100 Crackamico dollars.
Jesus.
Thank you,
Daryl.
Dude, I need that money so bad, so thank you.
We will have to produce some 1099s come April.
Did you see that clip I showed?
I haven't watched it, but he hits the 1099s.
He goes, Ray, nobody knows where you live. If I send you a 1099, they say it doesn't exist or something like that. Kevin using 1099s to slam Ray was just it really tickled.
You know what? Kevin does address something that goes unsaid in the comedy and podcasting realm. Where are the 1099s?
Where are the 1099s?
What's going on with the money with all these fucking people? They're all doing these shows and they all claim to be making all this crazy money. What is the tax situation? Is it 1099? Are they LLC'd? What's going on?
I'll tell you something. If we had just given Kevin Brennan the Democratic nomination, we'd have seen Trump's taxes by now.
Trump needs to show us the 1099.
Make America show the 1099s.
You can't resist that. That's kind of Kevin Brennan yelling, "Show me the 1099s." That's political pressure not even Trump can handle.
Guys, by the way, guess how much Canadian $100 is
how
to
much?
US?
I'm gonna guess
69.
107 American.
69.
69.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's less, honestly. So
even with Trudeau out.
So that means their dollar. Does that mean their dollar is worth more than ours?
No, less.
Or it's worth less?
Yeah, the dollar is really strong right now. Actually,
it's not worthless, but it's worth less.
Fart coin is pretty strong right now.
Thank you, Daryl. You're the man.
XRP is strong.
Yeah, XRP is someone in the chat asked if it's too late to buy it. I don't think it's too late. I don't know if I would buy it. It's like hitting its all
It's gonna
time
dip
high
again.
right.
Buy it when it dips.
Yeah, I would wait for a dip because it's like hitting its all time high right now. So this would probably be a bad time to buy in. But if you see it go back under $2, yeah, definitely buy it then.
Yeah, I think. Wow, I have a lot of money now.
Wow.
Dude, I'm up like $4,000 on it.
Dude, I'm at yeah, I'm at like $3,000, I think.
You have how many? You have 500?
I bought more. I
You
think I have
bought
like
more?
yeah, I have like 1,000.
Nice, dude. Yeah, it's like over $3,000, yeah.
Yay.
Kevin Brennan should I've been obsessed lately with thinking about what
said he wants the money to get either a Katsu King or Dan Wicks appearance. I can make that happen, Daryl.
Yeah, we can get both of them probably for pretty cheap, probably for free. They probably would actually love to do this for the
He would probably pay
exposure.
like $10 to do it if we talked about anime the whole time.
Yeah.
they both like anime.
Katu is like a huge
She loves anime.
I did her One Piece podcast.
I got One Piece for her.
I think she had 2 episodes, one with me and one with Lemaire, and then it went the way of Little Saint Podcast Island.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's funny how difficult it is for people to keep doing a podcast, considering like how little you actually need to do one.
Well, the most fun part is announcing it. And then
it is
but then when then you have to like do it every week and you're not getting a lot of listeners. I see why people give up.
Well, we get a lot of listeners, so we stay inspired.
Yes, but would we still be doing this if we didn't get like a bunch of listeners and money from very nice people?
I would. Yeah.
I guess I would. We did the Loud Boys to no one for a very long time.
Yeah, and I mean, even on my channel, a lot of the stuff I do doesn't really get that much viewership, but I keep doing it. You know, I keep doing my own thing.
Now that it's cold outside, I've been really doubling down on streaming. Tomorrow, Dalton and I are going to stream with Brendan Cooney at 10:30 on my channel.
Whoa, are you streaming with Colum Tyrrell? You're doubling down.
Doubling down, yeah.
You ever had a Dublin Dr. Pepper?
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
That's like the real Dr. Pepper that's made in Waco, like the glass bottle with the sugar cane.
Ooh.
It's really good, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've been obsessed lately with comedians and what their audience participation bit would be. Like last night, you guys were doing the show. I was saying Chris Hardwick should do stand up and his Alonzo Hamburger Jones, where the guy goes hamburger, or like Shucky Ducky. His should be points.
Points. I know. Well, I'll bet Points is copyright by fucking At Midnight, which is no longer his. They gave it to fucking Taylor Tomlinson and put her on like a late night. That's all Chris Hardwick probably ever wanted to do.
Does she also say points?
I don't know. It's still At Midnight.
I hope he owns points, but that had me thinking like Kevin Brennan. His thing should be. Yes. And I told him, show me the 10.99.
When we have him on when we do Arena Fest, or we sell out Madison Square Garden,
I want people screaming it in arenas like Dice in the 80s.
I love the idea.
He'll be on the Jumbotron, but Kevin Brennan will do a live set.
Yeah, I love the idea of Hardwick having being able to broker leasing out points, like licensing points to CBS,
like inside the NBA does.
Yeah, where he's like, I want 15%, and you can use points.
And they said, we'll give you points on the back end.
Yeah.
Pause.
That's probably how he's staying afloat, other than his billionaire wife.
I do like that you guys conceived the theory that him and LeBron ended up working together because they both like points.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, they both love points.
They do love points. Which brings us to today's topic.
And by the way, thank you for remembering that, because that episode got blocked. It's finally back up. But I was like, what the fuck? What did we watch? Because we watched a ton of stuff. I was like, I wonder which one got us blocked. It was the fucking Chris Hardwick show.
Dude,
holy shit.
Chris Hardwick brought down.
I had to trim out like 3 clips of that. But that was the funniest shit, just seeing the before and after Chris Hardwick when he started the show, and Chris Hardwick still doing the show this year.
Oh yeah, seeing like his soul is gone now.
Mm-hmm. I guess he probably lost he has a lot of money, but Does that even matter if you don't have your points?
That's true. What is money without points?
Yeah.
I do it all for the points.
Yeah.
If you just have money and no points, you're Ben Simmons.
That's true.
That's true. What's the point? What's the points?
Yeah, but
welcome back to What the Points with Mark.
with
With Mark scoring.
hey, speaking of points, we watched a movie.
Yes, we did.
About scoring points.
But before that, do we want to? Speaking of getting older, somebody else got much older.
Oh yes, yeah. As I was saying, and I mentioned this to Robbie, one of the streams we did, that when they do one of these things, like these legacy sequels, where it's like a movie will come out and then they'll do a sequel like decades later. It's just really startling to see those characters come back. Like, it's the first time you've seen those characters in a while.
Bill and Ted did a good job.
Bill and Ted 3 is really good.
There's like a few legacy sequels that actually pulled it off, but
yeah,
most of the time it's Dumb and Dumber 2.
Folks, check out Bill and Ted Face the Music. That's a really good movie.
You know why? I think it's because Keanu looks better now.
Keanu's a dreamboat.
Keanu looks fucking great,
and he's great as Shadow the Hedgehog. By
the way, the chat's on fire tonight. We got a lot of good things
Sal
going.
hosted at midnight, it would be fat.
Oh,
midnight.
You know what's a great
midnight snack?
Top Gun Maverick is actually a sick legacy.
Top Gun Maverick is good,
but that's another one where Tom Cruise just like, because he's just drank so much baby's blood, he's still
yeah.
The Hardwick's fiasco.
Chris Hardwick fiasco.
Hardwick's fiasco.
That's good.
This is a great point.
Money without points is like a video without clips.
Dude, put that on my tombstone.
That's a good point.
Yeah, from now on, I say, or at least for this show, if the chat has a good chat, we give them some points.
That's what I've been saying. That's what my rule is. If you want me to read your chat, you either have to make me laugh or give me presents, such as
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I think I added something on. I think it was my YouTube channel and this one, but apparently there's something called GIFs now, like GIFTS. So you can actually give us
like presents. You can't.
Yeah, I just enabled that. Yeah.
I don't even know what it is or how it works, but.
By the way, I've finally got like memberships and added emojis to my. Sorry to keep plugging my solo channel, but I have added like a $1 tier, and I added a bunch of emojis to that. I got Sandler in there. I got Sebastian in there. I got
Sebastian. We need to add to the Crowder boys.
Yes. I got
we need an Ernest emoji. You guys are gonna be dying for an Ernest emoji after this one.
Yeah. So yeah, give me suggestions. If you super chat, I will do an impression whatever you ask. I'll fucking dance for my supper.
Real quick, I just thought of something. This is something I've been thinking about all day because I'm drinking a cherry Coke Zero right now,
and
that
sounds hella good.
It's very good.
Is it better or worse than Dr. Pepper, Diet DP?
It's better.
Triple C's,
but the cherry Dr. Pepper, the Diet Cherry Dr. Peppers are really good too.
Is it better than Cherry Seinfeld?
No, nothing's better than Cherry Seinfeld. No, I was thinking about this. I was wondering about this today because I feel like cherries are not an uncommon fruit, but like how often in your lives have you kept actual cherries in your kitchen? Like is cherry on rotation as an actual fruit?
I guess not. No, I used to because cherries are my favorite fruit. So
cherries are it's a very good fruit, but I feel like it's not as common as like an everyday fruit as like apples or bananas.
Yeah, cherries are your favorite? That's crazy.
Cherries are good. Cherries are good.
I love how they taste. The problem is that they're small. They're just a lot of work, you know.
They're small. There's a pit in them, so they can hurt your teeth. But I was thinking about that like people typically don't like keep cherries as like an everyday fruit.
Well, because they're just inconvenient to eat.
It's not a regular rotation fruit, right?
No.
And yet it's like the flavoring for almost it's like a go-to cherry Coke, cherry candies, cherry Banaka.
It removes the inconvenience of cherries, which is just that they're small and there's a fucking pit in there.
Yeah,
It might also be the subtleness of the flavor of a cherry, or at least the artificial, whereas maybe more flavors are dominating over the
Right.
main flavor.
right. And yet, a more common like fruit that you would keep in your fridge or whatever would be like strawberry, But strawberry flavored foods are not.
It's hit and miss.
That's not as that's not as good as a
Strawberry
cherry.
Starburst is S tier though.
Strawberry Starburst is good, but I'm just saying like.
No, I know what you mean.
Typically you don't drink like a strawberry soda, but a cherry Coke is much more common.
Oh man, I just had a Salisbury flavored.
You know, Salisbury Coke.
Yeah, I had a Salisbury Coke. I didn't like it at all.
I only like 2 fruits, and I'm doing a show with them right now.
Oh my god! Hey, what the hell, man? I'm gonna leave.
Can't put down the cup.
Can't put down the cup. I didn't realize he's 23.
Whoa, I didn't know that either.
That's no good.
I guess black does crack, and it's his stretch marks.
Well,
And crack is black. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
Crack is for black people, so I've heard.
But that was just a little thought. A little deep thought I was having.
Good thought, though. That's
that cherry like a cherry flavored items are much more common than like actual cherries.
Yeah.
It's like we're accustomed to like cherry flavoring, and then when you actually eat a cherry, it's like, whoa, this is so different from the cherry flavoring. This is like a whole new experience, but it's still very good. I don't know. All that's to say, Cherry Coke Zero is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Sprite Zero.
Sprite Zero is good.
I don't like drinking soda that doesn't have caffeine in it. I feel like I'm like, what's the point?
You
don't like a nice soda for like post 2-3 p.m. just sipping on some bubs?
I go for like sparkling water if it doesn't have caffeine, because I'd rather get.
Water.
Look, I got a fucking goddamn Waterloo cherry sparkling water.
There you go, black cherry.
Like, it tastes just as good to me as like a
black cherry. Bang.
Speaking of cherries, this Happy Gilmore 2 trailer.
Yes. So this is what I was telling Robbie this the other night, that a lot of times when they do like a sequel that comes out like decades later, it's just really startling to see the characters now old. Like Beetlejuice is like, obviously we've seen Winona Ryder over the years, and Catherine O'Hara, and we've seen them actually age as actual people, but then to see them back in that world, and it's like, oh, those characters got old.
But you know what? They're actually the appropriate age to be golfing now.
That is true. Yeah. So the Happy Gilmore 2, the Happy Gilmore 2 trailer just give me that same feeling where I was like, oh, I don't know if I was ready to see Happy Gilmore in his 50s.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
I've seen Adam Sandler in his 50s. He's the Uncut Jim Sandler. But now to see him now Happy Gilmore's old it's just a stark reminder of the ravages brought forth by time.
They should have just had his character from Uncut Gems be Happy Gilmore.
Play the trailer, and that's kind of what it is. It's a wizened Sandler, so.
Thank you, Robbie's third cousin.
Yeah, thanks, man.
With the 10 gifted. Yeah, we got this trailer coming. Let's see here. Present it. Yeah. Season's greetings. Everybody pay attention.
Sweezen's greetings.
It's great to see you back, Mr. Gilmore.
I don't mean to.
What the fuck is he doing?
Travis
in this?
Kelce?
Yeah.
Oh
all right,
God.
So I feel like we're gonna pause this a few times. Did he wear Tim's originally?
No.
That's a new thing, right?
Did Tim's exist in the 90s?
For sure. But they were more seen. I think they were less. Biggie kind of made Tim's like stylish. I think so. It was a 90s thing.
I thought it was Justin Timberlake.
No, that was Justin Timberland.
Oh yeah. They
The
did a
chat
song.
is saying
They did a song together. They did like an album together.
the chat is saying he did wear Tim's in the first movie.
He does. Okay, I think they were a little more understated.
Yeah, well, it's a close up on his feet.
Yeah,
Right.
I didn't even. I would have if you told me. I would have guessed sneakers. This is the first time they ever
I
shown
like
Happy
that
Gilmore's feet.
Sandler's style is like trendy for the first time in his life. Like it's cool to dress like shit in like baggy clothing and Timbs and stuff.
It's only cool if you're rich. It's only like if you're a loser and you dress like that, people just think you're retarded.
Yeah, because I dress like that, and people, I get
that's true. But Zoomers dress like Adam Sandler now, which is funny.
Yeah,
like they're very into comfort over anything.
I love comfort. That's one of my favorite things.
That's why I love Kanye's clothes. They're really high quality and look good, and they're really fucking comfortable. Anyway,
let's see what Travis Kelce has to say.
More.
Yeah, baby.
We've only just begun.
It's magic.
Gilmore. Make that happen.
I'm on board. I don't know.
I think it'll be fun.
I think because it's about golf, it kind of works because like old people play golf still. It's not like like any other sports movie, you would not want to do this. But golf, it's like they probably got better. They probably got better at golf, and I would believe that.
Yeah, I feel like real life Sandler caught up with Happy Gilmore because he's probably like golfed a lot in real life since then.
Do you guys think the Jackass guy makes a return?
Who's the Jackass
guy?
You guys don't remember the guy that goes, "You jackass"?
Oh, the guy that hits him with the.
Have you guys seen the movie?
The Volkswagen.
I actually have not seen Happy Gilmore in a second. I was always a Billy Madison head.
Yeah, that guy. Probably. Yeah, I bet all of our favorites.
I think everyone's coming back, and they have so many new cameos too. By the way, we have an MC Downtrend super chat.
The chat saying he did.
MC Downtrend 1099.
They should bring back the "you jackass" guy, but just have him say the N-word. I think that would be more effective.
That would be funny.
I don't think Netflix. I mean, I guess if they gave Ari Shafir's, but they should have him say that and then be like, "That was a joke. I'm joking, everybody."
Folks, these are just jokes.
You will not make this putt, you faggot.
A couple brothers walk in there.
They should have done that in the 90s when they could.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny's in it. Ooh, the Margaret Qualley's in it. Hubba.
Or they have Sam Morril play that guy. And
Bad Bunny? What you mean, Bugs? He's a very rude rabbit.
Yeah. Last night when you guys were talking about the Daffy Porky movie, and you were like, "Where's Bugs?" Bugs is fucking annoying as shit. I hate Bugs Bunny.
I like Bugs.
Daffy rules. Daffy's cool, legitimately funny.
Daffy is the best one, but when you're a kid, I think Bugs is just so.
When you're a kid, Bugs' irreverence and rebellious nature really speaks to you as a youth.
He's the Rolling Stones to Mickey Mouse is the Beatles. He's like the rebel, the kind of got more of an edge to him.
The mongoose to my.
I was always hoping that Bugs got
to my snake, or the snake to my mom.
So you're saying he bugs you?
Yeah.
Kid Cudi's in it.
Oh, he was in Bill and Ted 3.
Yeah, you're not such a lonely stoner. You're on all these movies. Nick Swartzen, hell yeah, I love Nick. I actually think Nick Swartzen, besides Norm, is my Norman Farley. I would put Swartzen as number 4 in my favorite Sandlerverse guys.
Dude, he was the spokesman for Barks root beer.
Nick Swartzen.
Yeah, years ago when Barks still did commercials, he was in a Barks commercial.
He does one of the best impressions I've ever seen. Have you seen his Jason Statham?
Jason Statham, the beekeeper.
Well, Norm gave him his all-time greatest monologue joke. I love that episode of Norm Macdonald Live because you can tell Norm loves Swartzen and like they kind of vibe. And he gave Nick, he's like, "Hey, Nick, read this joke." And it was, "I think my doctor might be retarded." And Norm goes, "Why?" He said, "His name is Dr. Retardo." And then Norm's like, "Oh, no." It's so funny.
Yeah.
Thank you, MC.
Shout out to Good Jokes.
Yeah, Nick is great. It's too bad alcoholism seems to be killing him, and he can't get sober.
Alcoholism and his refusal to
Come out of the closet.
come out of the closet.
I've heard he likes fat guys, which is very funny. Like he has a type, and it's fat guys.
In a little coat.
I'm in.
Eminem's in it.
Wow.
Okay,
all the stars are here.
Wait, in which movie are we talking about?
Happy Gilmore 2. Becky Lynch is in it.
Oh, so it's gonna be a fucking cameo fest.
It's a
Can't wait.
star-studded pile of shit.
Reggie Bush.
That's all that fucking shitty Seinfeld movie was, oh, this person, now this person, and then there's this person.
Look, I don't think Adam Sandler would make a bad movie.
He's done it before.
I agree, Robbie. I don't think he would make a bad movie.
He has yet to miss.
I'm such a retard. I was like, yes, he would.
Yeah, I mean,
You
obviously.
idiot.
I saw Pixels in theaters, and I was like, that was maybe the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I was so bummed out by Pixels. I was like, here we go, Sandler return to form.
I was on Netflix the other night, and there were like 8 to 10 Sandler and Spade movies that I didn't even know existed.
Oh yeah,
there's so many.
Oh,
a good rule of thumb is like, if Sandler is at the helm, get ready for a piece of shit.
No, here's how you know it's going to be good: is if Sandler has a screenwriting credit.
That's what I'm saying. If Sandler is attached to it, but there's other people that are
right,
like the driving, like Uncut Gems is like he's an actor in it, but the rest of the production is the Safdie brothers and all that.
Some of his Netflix ones have been pretty good though. Like, The Do-Over is not bad. I also liked Hubie Halloween a lot.
Yeah, you know what? I take it back. I'm wrong. It's just, you know what? It's just that Sandler, like any artist, is hit or miss. You know
what's his best one that no one talks about, and probably like in my top maybe 3.
The
Sandlers?
Ridiculous Six.
I actually like The Ridiculous Six, but That's My Boy is one of his funniest movies.
Really?
Yeah, it's laugh out loud funny, and it's one of his only.
Robbie. It's laugh out loud funny.
I had a
lot of times, most of the time, I'm laughing within. But you're telling me that this movie is gonna make me laugh out loud?
Honestly, I think it will. It falls apart in the third act, but Sandler playing Andy Samberg's piece of shit uncle is very, very funny.
We should have called ourselves the Laugh Out Loud Boys.
Yeah,
I think anything would have made more sense than the Crowder Boys, but hey, look, that's what we are.
Here's the thing about the Crowder Boys is I know it's not a good name and it doesn't really fit like what we do, but it sounds good.
Yeah,
like the Crowder Boys sounds like a thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's our thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Ours.
Kent Woods, you're right. Zohan is also good.
Zohan's great. Zohan is my favorite piece of Israeli propaganda.
Bucky Larson. Not that good, but a lot of very funny parts.
Bucky Larson has a similar Wonder Emporium dilemma where I think around that same time there was Bucky Larson Born to Be a Star and the incredible Burt Wonderstone.
Yeah. Which Wonderstone is good. Wonderstone is good.
What James Gandolfini's last movie.
I know. And Jim Carrey is one of his last one of his last non-Sonic comedies.
Yeah, one of his last non-Sonic roles.
I think I also might just like all these comedy movies if I watch them recently because it's like they just don't make them anymore.
We watched one today that is definitely a moment.
You guys are kind of not liking it. I kind of enjoyed it.
I never said I didn't like it. I enjoyed it.
Wait, what movie?
Slam Dunk Ernest.
Oh, I never said I didn't like it. I do have some issues with it. But I have a lot of the opposite of issues with it.
There were some inconsistencies.
I think when I just see a movie whose only purpose is to make you laugh, and it if it even kind of does it a little bit, I'm like, I miss when movies were just fun to watch, and it was just fun movies.
Wow.
From Show Me the 1099.
Show Me the 1099s.
Man, I'm so glad that we brought that back into the consciousness.
It's so funny, dude. Yeah, we
don't like at all. I really don't like Mr. Deeds that much. I don't like Longest Yard that much. I don't like
Mr.
Bedtime
Deeds is
Story.
pretty underrated. I feel like that's a solid
The
movie.
John Turturro character, Mr. Deeds, is the
Oh,
star.
yeah.
He's
I
the
think I was
star of that
disappointed
movie.
because I was 50 First Dates is probably the movie that like made me like I like loved 50 First Dates. I watched it over and over again. And then
Yeah.
and I was so stoked for Mr. Deeds because it came out next. And I was like, this isn't hitting.
Tonight, you let me
Blended is
change your
terrible.
socks.
Both grown-ups are bad. Blended is bad. The
Yeah.
Cobbler is weird. Pixels is bad.
I don't even want to include like rom-coms
Click.
because that's like a different genre for
Yeah.
Sandler almost.
I'm pro Click. Click made me cry.
Yeah.
don't-
Slam Dunk Ernest is kind of Ernest's Click.
I actually
When
so
you
I
think
watched
about it.
I had to hop on here. I didn't see the last like 10 minutes.
I didn't like the bait and switch of Click. If they would have told you it was going to be a sad ass movie going in, I might have liked it.
Yeah.
That was like the crazy thing about Click is it was marketed as like a riot, a laugh riot.
Right.
And then it turns
funny for
into
the
this
first
very
hour.
sincere movie about like the importance of family and
turns into,
time.
It's a Wonderful Life, basically.
Yeah.
Or the Scrooge one.
Scrooged.
Yeah, it turns into Scrooged.
It turns
quite
into
frankly.
Scrooged.
My fave Sandler, I think for sure locked in is The Waterboy.
Oh yeah, that's an amazing. I mean, he's a lot like Eminem, where he just fucking knocked out of the park with his first three.
Yeah.
And then now
of the Sandler like comedies, The Waterboy I think is the one I have the closest connection with because that was the one I watched the most as a kid, and it's the one I can always go back to and still enjoy.
Billy Madison is mine. I've seen Billy Madison like 100 times.
Of Sandler's entire oeuvre, or however you say that word,
Kelly Ouvra Jr.
or yeah, I mean his like best work that he's ever done is Uncut Gems.
Oh, in terms of performance,
yeah, just in terms of like Sandler in a movie, that's probably the best he's ever been.
I mean, comedy and drama is so different though. But yeah, Howie Ratner is probably his most iconic dramatic character for sure. But what he does in Billy Madison is like so funny, and no one ever did it before. And it's like, it's just like it's just if you had to tell someone what Adam Sandler was about, you'd show him Billy Madison, I think.
Oh, the chat. You know what? The second Sandler movie that I watched the most as a kid was Little Nicky. That was also
Nicky is not a great movie, but I like it.
I watched it so many times as a kid. I fucking love that movie.
I do love that Rodney's in hell.
Yes, Rodney's not only in hell. The movie establishes its own mythology for hell. Rodney is actually Lucifer. He's the first devil.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and so the Harvey Keitel devil is Rodney's son. He's like Rodney's retired as the devil by this point. But
him and Punch Drunk Love is up there with Uncut Gems in terms of just good performances.
Sure.
And Meyerowitz Stories is actually he is stellar in that, and I thought he should have got an Oscar for that one too. He's
a good actor. The special he just did with Josh Safdie was really good. Like the way it was constructed and shot.
Oh yeah, I need to watch. I keep forgetting to watch that.
It's shot with the same like kinetic, just like chaotic energy as Uncut Gems. It's like it's stressful to watch. Like as a stand-up special, it has that same like anxious feeling to it.
Wow, that's crazy.
But he's really funny in it. But it's like there's things that there's like moments in it that I can't tell if this is part of the special or if it's genuinely. There's so many things going wrong that I don't know if this is like what they're doing for the special or if just all these things keep going wrong for him. Like on stage,
right.
Just all this shit keeps breaking and he keeps fucking up his set. That's like, cool. I was like, I don't know what's real or not.
That's cool that he let Safdie kind of do his thing because usually a director of a stand-up special is just kind of like like doesn't really do that much. He just like points the camera.
Oh no, it feels like a Safdie movie. Like it
That's
feels
cool.
like you're watching like Good Time or Uncut Gems.
Actually, the Lewis did a great job directing Libertas.
That's yes. Lewis doesn't get enough credit as an auteur.
Sandler's in a new Noah Baumbach movie with Clooney. That might be good.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay, Craig's. Well,
Did
folks,
we,
I guess
did we talk too much about Adam Sandler?
Yeah, we might be losing people with all the Sandler speak. I guess while Crack is going to PP, though, we can plug the Patreon, patreon.com/The Crowder Boys. For as little as $5 per month, you get access to all the premium episodes and bonus content. And if you subscribe to the $10 and up tier, you actually get a shout out on the show. So why don't I go ahead and do the shout outs while we're waiting for Crack to take a pee-pee? So let's, folks, it's patreon.com/The Crowder Boys. Robbie, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
You're better at the plugs than me.
I just was making sure because I had to go to a different screen. I was making sure I was still here.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Shout outs. We'll start with the $50 subscriber. This is the Please Don't Be Mean to Me tier. MC Downtrend staying strong as a $50 subscriber. If you subscribe to the $50 tier, you get a shout out and you can be on the show if you want. And then we go to our $10 subscribers, our new rulers, we call them. Aaron Gutenplan, Bad Bart, Broke Degen, Burry Berry Berry, Cummerstein, James Worrell, JCG, Johan, My Dude Chris, Ramones, Robert Erickson, Steez Nuts, The Muad'Dib, Trevin Baker, that's our man Tarvin, Textbook, Vincente Caprini. That's all them. And we're back to the show. So we watched a movie today.
Wait, I just want to say it really makes me smile that there's a user named Show Me the 1099 saying Mariska Hargitay.
Mariska Hargitay.
That really brings it. I also saw in the chat earlier in the chat that the Love Guru should have been a franchise.
The Love Guru,
I have to agree.
The Love Guru should have been the next Austin Powers.
They should just let Mike Myers. I don't know. I guess he might be too old to do anything.
Yeah,
So.
C-Dumps gave us $5 late fee. What I miss. We've just been reminiscing about our favorite Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my autism.
But last week on the Patreon, Robbie, you like left or something. I don't know what happened. You abandoned your post once again, and that will be docked out of your pay. But Crack and I started. We started talking about Ernest. We started talking about the genius that.
Yeah, I watched that after
Jim Varney. As the beloved mellow yellow salesman Ernest P. Worrell, who became a movie character.
My name is friggin' Sammy P. Mole. Oh, sorry, one more plug. If you join the Patreon, we now have a Discord, which has been popping and very active. So you guys should all get in there. People love it. All right, back to the importance of being earnest.
Yes, The Importance of Being Earnest by.
Is that an Ernest movie?
Yeah. Yeah. People don't know this. Ernest was actually created by Oscar Wilde in the 1800s with the importance of being earnest.
Oscar Wilde. I live in a garbage can.
I live in a garbage can.
He kind of did, actually. He I think he like mostly lived in a garbage can.
I'm Dave Chappelle. I live in a garbage can.
But Crack and I, we were talking about Ernest, and we thought that, like, of the Ernest movies, we knew of Goes to Camp, Scared Stupid, Saves Christmas, Goes to Jail. We knew the big ones. Goes to Africa, maybe. We knew about those. We discovered there's a whole dearth of Ernest films that we were not aware of.
Fred dearth.
Yeah, there's a whole Fred dearth of Ernest films of which we were not aware. And so we found one that we decided to just go ahead and watch, and we figured we'd watch it, maybe try and talk about it here. So today we all watched the classic of American cinema, Slam Dunk Ernest.
Which, by the way, is my first Ernest movie I've ever seen.
Really? What
Yeah.
an introduction to this character.
I actually really enjoyed it. I was like, this guy's hilarious.
He is charming. He's a very
That's what
charming
That's
guy.
what I'm saying about like. I feel like if I saw this in like 2005, I'd be like, this is shitty. But now because there's just no comedies anymore, I'm just like, this is giving me that feeling of watching, that long gone feeling of a now foregone period of cinema.
Yeah, there's nobody making movies like this anymore.
We'll give the people an idea before we give them the sort of the chronological breakdown of this movie.
Yeah.
1995, Slam Dunk Ernest.
Straight to video.
Man is about to become a major star of the NBA.
See that?
All it will take is a miracle.
Who are you?
I'm the Archangel of Basketball.
Featuring Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as an angel with some very special footwear.
The Charlotte Hornets are getting trounced, and it's all because of one man.
That's a great block.
The NBA?
Slam Dunk Ernest.
Oh,
Going
yeah,
gets
dude,
dunk.
that scene
The
is
dunk gets
crazy.
going.
Yeah.
All right,
Dude,
so
I had
I
a
think
couple
everybody pretty much gets
It's remarkable how much this film shares thematically with the substance.
Yes, this was the Ernest Slam Dunk Ernest is 1995's The Substance, pretty much.
It's true.
All right, so the movie starts.
The movie
and it-
starts with a flashback, like a scene of Ernest as a kid, playing outside, relaxing on a pool, shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
Like Mike completely ripped off Slam Dunk Ernest.
I'd like to talk later about the differences between the two.
I'm just saying,
But-
Bow Wow, you owe fucking everything to Jim Varney, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it starts with like a color washed, like there's a scene is established that it's the past, like the color is like washed
Great
out of it.
filmmaking, by the way.
Which
Yeah.
what that reminded me of? The only other time that I've ever seen a black and white basketball scene, American History X.
Oh no.
So a lot of people fucking owe some money to the estate of Jim Varney. If you ask me.
This movie does share a lot with American History X, where it's the lanky, dorky white guy just breaking everybody's ankles on the court. Whereas,
Absolutely.
You know what?
Yeah.
This movie is basically about Cooper Flagg.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy that we don't have footage of Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game, but we do have footage of Ernest in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Much to think about.
Yeah.
Or that black and white game.
Yeah.
So it starts with Ernest is playing a pickup game with who we are supposed to assume are his friends in the past, and it sets forward the notion that anytime that Ernest picks up a basketball or tries to shoot or tries to play basketball, he fucks everything up to the extent where he shoots a ball and it's like traveling across the fucking state, like just ruining shit.
he tries to shoot a basket, and he's so bad at basketball that it causes havoc across the entire city. Because the ball bounces off the backboard and like lands, is hitting people in the head, knocking down old ladies, goes into a restaurant. The guy spills all the plates on the floor. It's
a lot like the opening to Goodfellas, quite frankly.
Yeah. And it also
as far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a black guy.
yeah, and apparently this establishes a piece of Ernest lore that I feel like probably has not been touched on in any of the movies prior to this that we're just now finding out. Ernest loves ball.
Ernest is a bucket.
I really related to Ernest in this movie, just trying to get the approval of black guys and loving ball.
Oh,
Yeah,
me too, brother.
Ernest has had a lifelong appreciation for basketball, and it's kind of an unrequited love that he has for it, because the game does not love him back. He is not very skillful as a baller.
By the way, huge year for Jim Varney, because he did not only did he do Slam Dunk Ernest, he also did Toy Story.
which that shows in this movie, because he's at this, like he died not too long, like maybe like 5 years after this. Yeah, so he died not too long after.
Oh, I didn't know he died that young. What did he die from?
Cigarettes, dude. He smoked like crazy. I think the cigarettes got him.
Wow.
Chemo.
But that
Wow.
his career was starting to
Ernest goes
really.
to chemotherapy.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I think Craig did say that.
Oh.
But that actually kind of shows in this movie that the Jim Varney's actual career, I think, was starting to really take off, and I think he was ready to leave Ernest behind, because this is not as enjoyable as this movie is. This is not a full throated Ernest performance by Jim Varney.
Really?
He's kind of
He's
yeah.
phoning it in?
You could tell his heart's not in it as much as it was in Goes
Were
to
they all
Camp and.
direct to video, all the Ernest movies?
I don't know. I think most of them probably, yeah.
That's
Because
what-
the character itself, like
How
it's
did Ernest-
actually
how did Ernest take off so much from a fucking all direct to video? He must be the biggest direct to video franchise
it's like
ever.
Ernest and in the Leprechaun. I think are the, the two biggest
Well, I guess
direct
the
to
first
video.
few were in theater, or the first few were in theaters, and they just and then after Ernest Rides Again, they were all on direct to video.
Yeah, this is
That's
a good
still-
point in the chat though.
That's still a
Sunrise
crazy run.
in the chat makes a good point that Varney was actually a Renaissance man. Like if you go back and watch like interviews with Jim Varney, he's on like Letterman or something where he's like playing the dulcimer, and he's like a classically trained musician. He was immensely talented, and I think by this point, 95, especially as he gets the role in Toy Story as Slinky Dog, I think he was getting
Shout out
ready.
Dog.
Yeah, shout out to Slinky Dog. I think he was getting ready to like
Pivot.
move away from Ernest and try to like go and do like bigger and better things.
Much like Ernest does in Slam Dunk Ernest.
Much like Ernest in Slam Dunk. Yeah, it's a lot. Art imitates life, imitates art. Much like Ernest was getting ready to move away from his janitorial position into the world of to becoming a professional basketball player in this movie. Jim Varney was, I think, trying to step away from Ernest to really showcase his talents in other roles. And unfortunately, he succumbed to cigarettes 5 years after this. But this, yeah, because this movie, it definitely feels like this is, there's a little bit of phoning it in, I feel like, on his part in this one. Still, we don't get movies like this anymore, so it was still very enjoyable.
I enjoyed it. I straight up
it.
enjoyed it.
You know what I like? And like, genuinely, like, okay, I do want to establish, in no way would I consider this a good movie. This is not
no.
a well-constructed,
Absolutely not.
quality movie. However, what we don't get anymore that this movie is it is, and they used to make these all the time, these kinds of movies where it's live action. It's like actors, actual live action movie that is a cartoon. Like this is a cartoon.
That's why I like it. That's one of my favorite guilty pleasure genres. That's probably why I like Space Jam and Space Jam 2 still. I love a fucking live action cartoon.
Yeah,
I really do.
It's not only is it it's a live action cartoon that's also an episode of the Twilight Zone, because dude, the premise of the movie, Ernest loves Ball. Ball does not love Ernest. I guess from movie to movie he's like he's working different odd jobs or whatever. I don't know like what his actual career is or what's established like Ernest's day to day is like. But as of in this movie, he works for a cleaning business that it has a job at the mall where they're the janitors of the local mall, and all of his coworkers are black guys, and he desperately wants them to bring him on as part of the intramural basketball team, the workplace basketball team, and but he's so uncoordinated and so dorky, and he's white, that all the brothers do not accept Ernest as a baller. And so when they're playing a little pickup game inexplicably inside the mall, they're going to play a basketball game in the mall.
Hey, it could be the Mall of America. You don't know that.
Because black people, they like to play basketball.
They love basketball so much.
That's why it makes sense. in the movie.
They'll set up a hoop right there in the middle of the mall. And Ernest is trying to. He wants them to let him join in on the game, but they wouldn't let poor Ernest join in any black guy games, join in any basketball games. But so Ernest is like on the escalator, and he's like, "Hey, shoot at me! I'm open." And eventually, he's sitting on top of a ladder behind some modern art sculpture. The ball finally gets to him. He tries to shoot. He fucks it up. Knocks the sculpture over. Now the whole crew is in trouble with the owner of the mall. They're on thin ice because of Ernest's, him being a klutz. And so when they're in the, I don't know why the mall has this. They're in the locker room, the basketball locker room of the mall. Ernest is there by himself, and he's visited by his basketball angel,
Archangel. His character's name is the Archangel.
As someone with an English degree, this was interesting to me. This was something I really keyed in on, was because the angel that visits Ernest, who we see throughout the movie, is played by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who fulfills the role. This is a literary device, actually, that you learn about in your writing classes. He fulfills the role of what's known in literature as a magical Negro in this movie. He is a mysterious, cryptic black man who seems to possess some celestial or like a grand knowledge that no one else has.
Bagger Vance situation.
He's the Bagger Vance of this movie.
So wait, but before the angel comes, we should say that there's another encounter between Ernest and we'll just call them the brothers. That this basketball team,
the black guys,
they actually let him on the team, but
they let him.
He got to sit his ass on the bench and don't fucking move.
Yeah, they do let Ernest.
I've been there. I have been there.
And he better sit his white ass down. Oh, that's why there's a locker room, because they actually do go to a court, like the local learning annex, where there's like a basketball court.
Yeah, because the brothers that work at the mall and play after they get off at the mall, they also play for like a city rec league.
Yes, so they're going. It's like the
day I realized I was like way too fat was when I got to college and I play and there was a tryouts for there was like a pickup tryouts for the college basketball game, and I was like, I'm tall, I'm gonna fucking get this, and I was picked dead last. The other guy was fat. The other fat guy got picked before me. I was like, I gotta fucking drop some weight.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So like,
I relate to Ernest in this.
Yeah, and Ernest's problem in this movie is not that he's like fat or anything. He's actually too skinny and lanky and uncoordinated.
Which, if he was playing now, that's a center, my buddy, my guy.
And this is where the movie gets very cartoony when Ernest sort of antics while he's on the sidelines that keep distracting his team. And one of the things
he tries to be a cheerleader. He's got pom poms
and something I noticed about this movie is they and this will be a recurring thing. They really hammer shit home to you so you get it, because for some reason I don't know why Ernest needed to be beat up while he was cheerleading 3 times. I think once we would have got like, okay, he shouldn't cheerlead because he's distracting them. They did it 3 times. Why won't he? Ernest is fucking annoying as shit the first 20 minutes.
Ernest is insufferable for the first like half of this movie.
Like Ari Shaffir saying "My Brothers" for like 30 minutes.
The first half of this movie, I keep saying to myself, Ernest, buddy, read the fucking room. Take a hint, man.
He reads the room like Ray DeVito for the first 30 minutes of the movie.
Yeah,
my God. Do you think Tony would have the same experience? Hey guys, hey black guys, can I play with you guys? I'm pretty much great at it.
Yeah, it's so Ernest just being on the sidelines, costing the game. He knocks over the ball rag, and that's a technical foul.
It's a technical foul.
So then, so whatever.
Well, I'd like to see it anyway.
Yeah, so they're the like whatever their fucking business is, the clean sweeps or whatever. They're going up against the local hardware store or whatever. So the hardware store gets to do free. Yeah, they get to do Chris Hardware. They get to do free throws. They win the game by 1 point. Now the brothers are mad at Ernest.
Luckily, it's a double elimination tournament, so they're still in the tournament.
And for whatever reason, a local intramural workplace basketball game has like a radio DJ announcing the game there live on the radio.
This was one of the more distracting things in this film. Was this this female radio DJ that really had no reason to be there. They never explained why she was even there. It was just someone they wanted to get in the movie. But she's not the bad part. They dubbed it. They overdubbed it. They didn't use the noise over the speaker in the room. They clearly dubbed it and put reverb over it, and it's so much louder than the rest of the movie. It's so distracting.
And I guess it was like this era as well when everything had to have a little soul in it. You know, they had to have some some funk and groove and soul, because it's like the role she fulfills is sort of the like the Samuel Jackson and Do the Right Thing, or the fucking Lady in the Warriors, or you know what I mean, where it's like the cool black lady on the radio.
Absolutely.
And then there's like for whatever in an Ernest movie, there's like constant R&B music and fucking like black dance shit that was going on back then.
They were trying to market to the brothers just a little bit.
Yeah, they definitely wanted to. They wanted to grab some of that emerging brother audience that was coming at them in the 90s, where it's like, hey guys, I don't know if y'all know this, black guys are watching movies now. The black guys like movies. We got to start trying to like get the black guys in on Ernest. Like, what do we do? What if Ernest plays basketball?
Before we go any further in this
reaction to White Men Can't Jump, right? There was like a lot of basketball movies in the 90s.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
White Men Can't Jump. He Got Game. Space Jam. Why the Ernest guy's like, hey, what if Ernest did that? Air Bud.
Yeah.
90s there was so many fucking basketball.
This is Ernest's Air Bud. It's like, ain't nothing in the rule book says retard can't play basketball.
Ain't nothing in the rule book that says a white man can't play basketball.
Yeah.
I don't want to get hung up on this either, but I did have that thought. Are we meant to believe that Ernest is a retarded gentleman?
No, he's just a dumb hick.
But he verges on retarded at some points in this.
Right. He's not full retard, as Downey Jr. would say.
No.
By
the way,
also he sounds like Theo Vaughn.
This is skipping ahead though. He does sound like Theo Vaughn. This is skipping ahead though. In the world of Ernest has seen the movie Forrest Gump. Because there's he has them after he has the magical basketball, after Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the angel, gives him the magic basketball shoe. The archangel gives him that, and he's breaking ankles on the court and all that. One of the stunts he pulls, one of the cartoon things he does, is he's starting to play basketball with a ping pong paddle, and then he hits it with the ping pong paddle, and then jumps up and dunks it, and he says that's the Gump dunk. Is what he calls it, so, referencing Forrest Gump's proficiency with ping pong in the movie Forrest Gump. So in this movie, Ernest is aware of and has seen the movie.
Think Pong Dong ever played ping pong?
That's a good question. Did Pong Dong ever play ping pong? I don't probably.
I don't know.
I can't call him Pong Dong. Like we haven't called him Pang Dang for fucking.
He's Chinese.
I actually met him last weekend, and I said, "Oh, Peng Dang," and
he was fucking with you, Robbie. His name is not Pong Dong. That's one of his Chinese lies. He probably went pee in your Coke too.
He did go pee in my Coke.
Yeah, you made sure to cover your Coke when you left it unattended, right?
Also, Pong Dong worked better for the ping pong pun.
That's true.
Pong Dong, ping pong.
Pong Dong.
Bum bum bum
dong.
Pong dong.
Ping pong dong.
Yeah. So after Ernest costs him the game, he's sitting all dejected in the locker room, and then he's visited by his basketball archangel, which did Kareem. Why did he take this role? And is it because he saw Patrick Ewing be the angel in Exorcist 3?
which came out not long before this.
I think Kareem saw a number of basketball players starting to pivot their way into movies, and he said, "I need to get in on this.
Kareem
Put
is
me in an Ernest movie."
He was one of the early athlete actors to like.
He was in Airplane.
Yeah,
so
in the
already
80s.
done it.
Right.
And he is terrible in everything he does. He's one of the worst fucking actors I've ever seen.
Which is ironic because he's a huge movie buff. He like writes very articulate reviews and like really thoughtful film reviews.
I mean, Shaq is like fucking Leo compared to this guy.
I know most athletes are bad at acting, except Kevin Garnett, Shaq, and number one OJ Simpson.
Shaqting.
Sure.
Actually, Dave Bautista is going to win an Oscar within the next.
I don't
years.
count wrestlers. Wrestlers are by far the best, but that's like kind of part of their job.
Yeah, they're basically actors, the good ones.
That is true.
Because obviously, if you're going to do an best athlete performers, it's like 1 through 10 are all wrestlers
with no take twos.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
and no cuts.
So actually, in the mall, in the shoe store in the mall, there's a pair of shoes on display called Utopian Flights that that are supposed to be in the world of this movie the basketball shoe. Like they're the shoe everybody wants. They're $250, and it looks like they're equipped with like a PC coolant system.
Yeah.
Like they got like tubes and fucking
like a Yeezy.
Yeah, it's these ridiculous looking shoes. They're supposed to like be the shoe that everybody wants to wear who plays basketball, right? So
Travis Scott named his shoes with Nike Air Jordan Utopias.
Oh, do you think he might have got that from Slam Dunk Ernest?
I really hope he did, or at least considered it.
But here's the thing: when Ernest is in the locker room all sad, and he's visited by his archangel of basketball, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who I don't think is supposed to be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the movie. He's an angel.
No, he's just the archangel.
Which means in the world of this movie, there's still an actual Kareem Abdul-Jabbar out there playing. He was a basketball player. This is just an angel who happens to look and sound like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No. Here's the thing: is angels present as if you read the Bible, Dalton, angels present as humans because their actual form is too terrifying for people.
That's true
to actually comprehend. So
they got the least terrifying looking guy of all time, a Skeletor, fucking 7-foot black man.
Yeah, the actual form of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the angel, is just a bunch of like eyeballs and wings and tentacles and
it's terrifying. I hate biblically accurate angels.
Biblically accurate angels make me scared.
They're nightmarish.
Yeah, so the human version, the human form that the eyeball tentacle angel takes is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who gives Ernest a pair of these utopian flights that are imbued with the I guess like the power of all the host of heaven or something, because these are magical basketball shoes that give Ernest the power of ball. And he can't. And this is where it's kind of like the movie Click. He can't get rid of them. He tries to throw them away. They keep appearing, and they're all they somehow find their way onto his feet.
There's a horror movie element to that.
There is a horror movie element to this, where now he's bound to these basketball shoes, seemingly either for eternity or until he can fulfill some sort of verbal contract he's made with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We're dissecting this way more than
I don't think they did a second draft.
You're doing a better job explaining it than they wrote it.
Yeah, I'm putting more thought into this than anyone that worked on it did.
Like I got the broad strokes, but it did not convey the plot or character motivation very well.
No, yeah, it's the movie itself is very hollow. Like you feel kind of distant from it watching it because there's nobody's motivate. Like you don't really get a sense of what anyone's like actual motivations are. Like Ernest just really wants to play basketball.
You know what? I relate.
Yeah, Ernest has no aspirations to even like be a professional or necessarily even be good. He really just wants to be part of something.
But you know what? That's so relatable.
That is very relatable. That Ernest is just like, come on, guys, just let me be on the
He
team.
just wanted to win over his fucking coworker, his black
He
coworker.
wanted black guys to like him, which I think any white male can relate to that.
Absolutely.
I related to it too in the ways that I was, the people that were rapping for the most part and back in my day were of course the brothers. So I wanted to be with the brothers. So this was like if I tried that, but I couldn't rap at all. And every time I rapped, somebody got like shot or something.
Oh, by the way, in this shopping mall, the love interest of the movie, Irma Tiddlywinks or whatever her fucking name is the sort of like nerdy
or something like that.
Yeah, her name is like Irma Tiddlywinks.
She's a very well developed character.
Yeah, one of the more well written characters.
I actually completely forgot that she was about this character.
Yeah, the woman Ernest is like fawning over. She works a job in the mall that I don't think exists. I've never seen this ever in real life, but she works a mall kiosk where she sells lottery tickets. I'd never seen that at any mall. A woman be like, you guys want to buy some lottery tickets?
Well, Dalton, where would you work if you were obsessed with money?
You know what? A mall kiosk.
That sells lottery tickets.
That sells,
like your mall down the street.
Yeah. And so she's sort of like the dorky, nerdy, like lonely cat lady, right? Who sells lottery tickets at the mall. We all know this kind of person. We all know this.
Cat too.
Yeah, she's a cat too. And Ernest is like
Oh, that's beautiful.
Is that anime PETA?
Yeah, and low. Hey, it's me, Peter Sean. And Lois Sean.
That's amazing.
So yeah, so there's a scene before Ernest gets the magic shoes, where we're still establishing the characters. Ernest, all the brothers are walking out. Ernest is going with them, and they pass by the lottery ticket kiosk, and she's like, "You guys want to buy some lottery tickets?" And they're like, "Shut up, bitch!" And Ernest looks back longingly at her, and one of the black guys is like, "Ernest, give it a rest, man. She out of your league." So I guess like this
rude.
Is the
one thing I don't like about the brothers, which I think
they're so mean to Ernest. I do not like how mean they are.
That's the whole problem with this shit. Is that if they had never, the only good one is the main character, black guy, because he's the one that like let Ernest on the team. The rest of them are assholes to Ernest for really no reason.
Please don't be mean to Ernest.
Please don't be mean to Ernest. That is true though of like not just black people, but like all dudes, like jock dudes, especially in a circle, they're fucking vicious. But one-on-one, there's always one guy. There's always one guy that's like, oh, come on.
No, well, they were a team. It wasn't one-on-one.
Yeah,
that's true.
And
Ernest was trying his damn hardest, and they're just treating him like a piece of shit, telling him this stupid bitch is out of their league. Like, you don't need to say that to him.
The lottery ticket. Yeah,
by the way, I am working on a remake of this with Chrissy Mayer where they play horse.
we also, what's established prior to
Richard
any
Pryor?
of the what's established also along with the lottery ticket kiosk is the guy running the shoe store that sells the magic shoes is like a portly white guy, wears a suit.
Guy.
Yeah.
My favorite part, but not to skip it, but my favorite part was at the end when Ernest is bawling and the fat guy is just laughing and eating a hot dog.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
And so they introduced this character who you get a sense might be kind of a sinister presence in this movie. And so they, Kareem gives him the magic shoes, blah, blah, and Ernest starts killing it on the court. Now he's the beloved hero of this team. All eyes on Ernest, right?
That's
Ernest,
my favorite Tupac album.
We can skip ahead where Ernest begins to succumb to the folly of ego. Now he's getting a little too big for his britches.
Succumb to the folly of ego.
Well, if we can, before we move to what the folly of evil, the effect that has on Ernest.
Well, that's what I'm saying. when Ernest starts to really,
That's so true, Dalton. Ernest did succumb to the folly of ego.
yeah, and that's the lesson we learn in this movie. Do not succumb to the folly of ego.
He tried to be someone else, but he had to learn at the end the importance of being Ernest.
Well,
Thank you, Rob.
but before we get to how this affects him, I just want to mention some things that I noticed in the first half of the movie. So, first of all, the guy that's in charge of the mall that all these guys work for, they call him the sergeant of the mall, which to my knowledge, the mall is not any sort of military corporation. They call him a sergeant, and we have to have all noticed he's dressed like a Nazi.
The black guy?
No, the guy who owns the mall.
No, that guy doesn't.
He
I don't
was,
think that guy owns the mall. The mall owner was the black guy.
The
The
guy
other guy,
that
No, the
the guy
agent
that
guy.
they work for.
yeah, that guy. Yeah,
He was like shooter Gavin McInnes.
yeah,
But he was dressed like a Nazi. That was something I noticed.
yeah.
Like
and
you couldn't mistake it.
Yeah, and he was the one that was like, "You need to have this mall clean, or it's or it's your jobs. You won't be. There'll be no basketball. There'll be no paycheck for you if you don't keep this mall clean." So, Ernest uses his magic basketball shoes to clean the mall really fast.
So 32 minutes in, this might be my biggest sticking point with this movie. They're watching the news. The black man character is at home watching the news,
Mhm.
and the newscaster is there to alert everybody that the Charlotte Hornets, the NBA team, the Charlotte Hornets, will be playing the winner of a city rec tournament.
Yes,
And
They don't
my
tell you
favorite
why?
part, all the way up until the game, they keep saying the Charlotte Hornets. We're going to play the Charlotte Hornets tomorrow, Ernest. Don't you remember we have to play the Charlotte Hornets? Like, why? Like, did they have some sort of agreement with that? They had to say the full name of the
I
team
get.
every time?
I
They could
guess.
have just said we're playing the Hornets tomorrow.
The newscaster gives no reason why this is happening. They
No.
they watch the news to hear that just by chance. They turn on the TV and the guy's telling them whoever wins your tournament is going to play the Charlotte Hornets, and then they turn the TV off.
Yeah,
That's how we find out they're going to
yeah,
play.
and the guy that owns the cleaning company that works in the mall, his character's name is Barry. He's sitting there with his son, and his son is like, "Fuck you, Dad! You fucking suck."
His son is such a piece of shit.
His son sucks, dude.
At one point, they say, I can't remember who's talking to him. It might have been Ernest. This is later in the movie, but he goes, like, what about like your dad? He's awesome. And the kid goes, my dad's nothing, and he'll never be anything. I'm not paraphrasing. That's what he said. The
Dude,
kid's like
this
7
kid-
years old.
This kid is a piece of shit to his dad. His
Also,
dad's trying to teach him the virtues of like being honest, being a good person,
the
and
importance of
working
being
hard.
Ernest.
Yeah, he's trying to teach him the importance of being earnest. And this kid's like, "Yeah, gotcha, you fucking idiot." And the kid's like, "I'm gonna go steal some basketball shoes and get good at ball like Ernest." Is it the
Also,
kid?
little
Also,
asshole.
the Charlotte Hornets are such a random team for like. Why the Charlotte? Was it just?
I guess because it's like
Were they-
it's the South. I don't know. I
I
don't know.
think it's probably just because they were like really cheap, and this
The
movie
Hornets
might
had
have-
some relevance in the 90s, depending on when it was. If it was when they had like Bogues and Larry Johnson, they were pretty
Okay.
decent back then.
Well, I guess they
But
were like
the Hornets also during the 90s were one of the most popular like starter jacket colors and jersey. Like those
I will-
Hornets jerseys were everywhere.
Dude, the Hornets actually have great branding. Like their court looks cool now and stuff.
Yeah,
They
fucked
were
up
pretty
changing
good.
to the
Yeah, they were
Bobcats.
like solid at this time.
I was a Hornets
Wow.
fan, and then they switched to the Bobcats, and I was like, this shit is gay as fuck. I'm not wearing a Bobcats jersey.
Mhm.
Fuck this.
Oh wow, actually they were in the playoffs this year. So why the fuck did they? That's so funny. They were good. Yeah, good for Ernest, the team Ernest, for getting a pretty solid Charlotte Hornets team.
Yeah. So the kid, we're jumping all over. It's hard. I don't work linearly. I kind of bounce around myself.
We should try and keep it like chronological so that
Sorry,
everybody
my bad.
watching can kind of follow it as a
Yeah,
movie.
if you want to watch Slam Dunk Ernest, we're gonna.
But you
try
were
and
talking
keep-
about how the money changes Ernest and everything. If we could just get to the part where Ernest debuts his powers.
That's what I was gonna say is that Ernest he's got the magic basketball shoes, and then when he steps onto the court for the first time in his magic shoes, he's just sinking buckets, dude. He's like zooming around and just killing it on the court. And now he becomes the breakout star of this intramural workplace basketball team, right? And now everybody's obsessed with Ernest. And he gets invited to some swanky dinner where all the team members and their families are there, and the lottery ticket lady is there. And she shows up with the short fat white guy that owns the shoe store. And so him and that lady, the fat guy and the lady, tell Ernest, "Hey, come with us. We're gonna take a ride in the limo." And Ernest is like, "A limousine?" And so they go in the limousine, and this is where Ernest is now being tempted by them. Or they're telling him, "You're gonna be a star. You're gonna get branding deals. Everybody's gonna want to be you. They're gonna want to drink what you drink, eat what you eat. And there's gonna be so much money." They keep saying, "Oh, money, more money." They really are hammering it in that there's going to be all this money, right? And so then the next time Ernest comes to the court, this is the most insane thing in the movie. Ernest shows up at the court for the next game in it's like a full-on parade where he's dressed in all the regalia, and there's a float bringing him out into the court, and he's announced as it's like Ernest Ali Worrell. So now he's Muslim. He's changed his name to Ernest Ali, and one of the brothers even comments, they're like, "When did he become a black Muslim?" So
yeah,
he's Ernest Ali.
That was pretty insane. So before we even get to the big game that they play against the Hornets, the first time that he takes off, and if anybody here has watched Like Mike sort of plays with your suspension of disbelief, which, first of all, we're talking about shoes that make you good at basketball. So I understand there is like a magic element to this. But when we're talking about the people witnessing this in the building, because this is supposed to be real life, right? Like Mike kind of plays with you like you don't know. Like Mike, he's dunking the ball. And yeah, he's short as fuck. But maybe in some sort of dimension, there's a possibility that a kid can jump this high and dunk and can shoot this well. The first time Ernest takes off from the ground, he jumps 80 feet in the fucking air. I'm not exaggerating.
He's performing acts of athleticism that are not possible for any human.
It's superhero shit.
Yeah, he's jumping over the backboard and hanging in the air for several seconds. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like the movie. This also happens in the movie Flubber when he gives all the kids like flubber power, and they start like jumping all over the rafters and they're all, and then nobody at the game is even questioning like, yeah, how are these kids doing like Spider-Man shit at this basketball? And then the same thing happens in this movie where Ernest is defying the laws of nature.
If you are in that wherever they're playing, that gym that they're playing in, if you are in the stands, you are now of the impression that you're watching something supernatural, or Ernest has powers, like superhero powers.
Yes.
You're not like, oh, Ernest is good at basketball. There's no way anybody could believe, this guy's good at basketball. He's flying.
The movie presents as though everybody just is like, I didn't know Ernest could ball like that.
Damn, that kid got game.
Yeah, that white boy can jump. And so then as he does succumb to the folly of ego, he converts to, he's black Muslim, he's Ernest Ali. And he's trying to steal the spotlight on the court
for no reason, and I don't understand what kind of statement that was about black Muslims are.
I have no clue why. It was funny. It was really funny that Ernest is Muslim now.
It's maybe it was like a Muhammad Ali thing, like where Muhammad Ali changed his name and he was like the greatest.
Maybe.
Other than that, somebody was pissed off at like some black Muslims on that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but Ernest he's Muslim now, and so he wants to steal the show. So now But all he wanted to begin with was to be on the team. Now the team
Oh,
is,
I'm sorry. Kareem switched Muslim.
yeah.
So that must have been a nod at him because okay,
Yeah.
my fault.
Well,
But
all Ernest,
he's an archangel in the movie, though.
that's true. He's an archangel of the Christian Abrahamic God.
You can't be Muslim and an angel.
That's true. Yeah,
Or
he
the
doesn't.
archangel. That's
But
specific.
I guess the movie does not establish like which.
How about Cassius Clay Thompson and it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Yeah. The movie doesn't
man.
establish necessarily like what version of God we're dealing with and what kind of Kareem could have been like a Muslim angel. He could have like off screen. He's like praise be to the Prophet, the Most High. Peace be upon him.
There's no Muslim hoopers though.
That would make way more sense, Dalton, because
wait.
then you'd understand why he switched Muslim, because these shoes were like, he's like, oh, the Muslim God bless me with the shoes. You know what I mean? I love Muslim God. that would make sense.
He's like, hey, Vern, check this out. It's called the Quran. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern?
But the archangel are the second lowest rank of angel in the Christian hierarchy of angels. So Ernest, despite literally seeing an angel, a Christian angel, was like, I'm Muslim now.
Yeah, he really shat on that from Jesus Christ.
Ernest is visited by and given a pair of magic basketball shoes by a Christian angel, and he still converts to Islam.
Oh my god!
What
He's
the
Kyrie
hell?
Ernest.
He's Kyrie Ernest, yeah. But it does not. Is not in Ernest's favor though, because now the team, all he wanted was to be part of the team. Now he's trying to dominate. He's
on Hollywood, baby.
Yeah, now the team is upset with him. They're like, Ernest, you can't, fuck you,
This is
white
why it's
boy.
like the substance, which is also about the folly of ego.
Yes.
And I want to say too, something, because I know we're busting this movie's balls. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that this movie did well, because I want to point that out too. It was 40. All right, so the movie's called Slam Dunk Ernest, right?
Yes.
When would you guess that Ernest makes his first slam dunk?
You know what?
Like an hour in.
It's 45 minutes in, almost exactly halfway through the movie, which is a perfect place to have Ernest slam dunk. Because if Ernest slam dunks in the first 5 minutes, you're okay. We just blew our wad right there. If it takes the fucking end of the movie, you're like, that took way too long. Right in the middle, perfect fucking build.
I'll say this:
dunking.
the movie is paced. The pacing of the movie is really well. It's not. It doesn't drag, but it's not. It doesn't move too quick. It's like it moves along at a pretty brisk pace. It's
Quite frankly, they should have played the Pacers and not the Hornets.
That's a good point. Yeah, as well paced as this movie is, you should have played the Pacers
or maybe the Bucks.
Yeah, this movie.
I don't think there was a lot of Bucks involved in this movie.
There was a lot of magic.
There were 2 locations total.
That's another thing. The movie does feel like it was. The budget for this movie was about $35, and it all takes place either in a mall or at an intramural like learning annex. And that's really the only 2 locations of the movie, and then like Ernest's apartment. And so,
but you can't even tell.
Yeah,
It's
but
like
I will say this movie.
It really gets a lot out of its budget.
This movie is a good lesson in screenwriting, though, because the pacing of it and the structure, character development, all of it, it does move along nicely. Like you get enough of what you need to understand these characters and what their motivations are. It's nothing deep. It can feel hollow at times, but you can watch this as a way to like understand the skeleton of a script. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's scary.
So if you're just tuning in, just to kind of summarize, Ernest, first you got to know who Ernest is. I can't explain that.
Ernest P. Worrell. He used to sell Mellow Yellow. Now he's playing basketball.
Well, his name is Ernest B. Shopping.
For this movie, yes.
So Ernest works at a mall with a bunch of black guys. They play basketball. He just wants to be on the team, but he sucks at fucking basketball. Kareem, the angel, gives him shoes, makes him great at basketball, and then some evil people come around trying to convince him that, I don't really know what they were trying to do, and I don't know what their motives were.
But don't forget, because this
that is accurate to how basketball like scouts who like find high schoolers or middle schoolers probably are.
This is very important to the third act of the movie, that during the first two acts of the movie, we're given
them acts. By the way, the movie's like 80 minutes long.
It still maintains a 3-act structure. Slam Dunk Ernest.
I'm so sorry. It does have a very Macbeth style. Like,
yes, it's very Shakespearean.
His intentions were very earnest, but then once he gets some success, he succumbs to the folly of ego.
But don't forget, because this comes to fruition in the third act, that throughout the first two acts, we're shown that the owner of the company that Ernest works for, Clean Sweep, the cleaning crew, this guy Barry, we're shown his domestic life. He has a son named Quincy who desperately wants these basketball shoes that Ernest got. They're in the magazine. They're on display at the mall, the Utopian Flights. And his dad is like, son, these shoes are not going to make you good at ball. It's hard work and practice, and being true and honest is going to make you good at ball. Don't make the same mistakes I did and whatever. And so then eventually Quincy sees Ernest tearing it up on the court, and he's like, no, my dad's a fucking idiot. I need them shoes. So one night he's at the mall. He steals his dad's keys, and he goes and opens the gate to the shoe store owned by the portly cracker that has been tempting Ernest with money. He opens the gate. Quincy, the black kid, the Barry's son, steals the basketball shoes, right? Unbeknownst to Barry, his son has stolen shoes, right? and now the son looks up to Ernest, and he thinks his dad's a fucking loser. And so then after Ernest has succumbed to the folly of ego, and he's now dealing with the fallout of his grandiosity, he is now reflecting upon his actions after talking to Quincy, because Quincy is, as Craig mentioned earlier, Quincy says, like, my dad's nothing. He ain't never gonna be nothing. He, fuck my dad.
Quincy Jones.
Yeah, and so Ernest is like, man, I turned the kid against his own dad.
Come on,
Dad. So Ernest throws the shoes. Ernest ends up, and the Kareem, the magical Negro angel, is seen at some points throughout the movie interacting with this kid Quincy. Like, he's in the stands with Quincy, and he tells Quincy, like, whatever, and blah blah blah. I can't remember exactly, but he's there to be a black guy with powers.
Behave.
Yeah, and so what ends up happening? So eventually, Ernest throws away the magical shoes, and he learns the true meaning of teamwork. And they, the fucking cleaning crew wins the intramural game against the Charlotte Hornets.
Which, so, the fact that they were a playoff team at the time, I mean, come on now.
Yeah, so then...
my favorite part about that scene, by the way, was every time they cut to the audience, there was a different amount of people in the audience. Like while they were playing, the stands were near empty. But then when they cut to an audience shot, there was a ton of people. It was sold out.
Yeah,
there were a couple things that were very glossed over. Like, so for example, the game where they play the Hornets, for the first half, it's Ernest. It's the Ernest show, baby. Ernest ain't even passing the fucking ball to these fuck ass teammates. He's got it. He put the team on his back. He's fucking. So,
well, I mean,
a weird thing.
He's Kobe.
So he's going crazy to the point where, like, he's blocking everything the Hornets are doing. So the score could be like 150-0, but we would never know because they don't show you what the score is. So Ernest decides to bow out for the second half of the game. The team ends up winning, but that gives you no gauge on how the team did, because they could have been up 250-0.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, because Ernest was gifted like cosmic supernatural powers, that he was using to play
Right.
basketball. But they do end up the cleaning crew intramural work league beats the Charlotte Hornets at their local rec center, and the radio DJ ESPN is there also. The DJ lady is
I thought about this. This would have been a perfect role for Stephen A. Smith if he was at ESPN at the time.
oh yeah.
He would have just said, Ernest is going crazy, y'all. I've never seen a God-given creator.
Now
this
see,
little
Ernest,
white boy.
Ernest, I love Ernest. I know Ernest. I know his family. I know Ma. I know Pa. All great people. All hardworking people.
The
I
Worrells. Salt of
my-
the earth, the Worrells.
That's my recent favorite thing Stephen A. does is when he's screaming about someone on ESPN, but then he has to be like it'd be like LeBron James, who is my friend by the way, and I respect him very much. LeBron James doesn't know what he's doing. He'll always do an interlude.
LeBron James, who I just had dinner with his great uncle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's very close to me, but
Ernest,
he stinks.
Ernest, who by the way is one of my best friends, and me and him hang out together every day at lunch, is not passing the ball.
You know what I mean? See, I'm even saying it now. I'm hanging out with Ernest so much.
And then Shannon Sharp's like, you don't understand, Stephen A. Without Ernest, they'd be nowhere. Okay, I'm not getting into this debate with you again. Ernest is overrated.
Yeah. So we get to the
Bayless is like, can I fuck you for $1 million?
That is one thing that this movie was missing, is a entire montage of different sportscasters talking about how good Ernest was doing.
Yes, and
Could have had some Stuart Scott. That would have been nice.
that was not in the budget.
the 90s ESPN kind of was a bunch of silly white boys, so they would have loved Ernest, honestly.
But Ernest rebukes the magical angel shoes. He throws them away. And then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tells the kid Quincy, like, maybe there's something more important to Ernest than being good at basketball or whatever. And then so the kid goes and returns the shoes he stole. The portly honky and the lady that sells lottery tickets go to Ernest, and they're like, she still wants Ernest to like be with her, and he's like, "Get away from me, you stink bitch!
Hi.
You trifling asshole!"
Oh, you fat fucking Jew.
Yeah, he's like, get your ass away from me, you trifling bitch. I ain't going for you just in it for the money.
Bobby, don't tell a woman to go away from you.
Yeah. And so the team wins. Ernest, it feels like he's part of something finally. And so then we're back in the mall for the final scene of the movie. And it's a conversation between Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the Archangel, and the short, fat, white guy in a suit that owns the shoe store. What's revealed to us in this scene that it maybe has kind of been hinted at other points in the movie, but is a very hard left turn, is that the short, fat, white guy that owns the shoe store, who seems like he might be kind of sinister, is the devil. He's the devil.
And they never outright say that. We don't know if he's the big picture devil. We don't know if he's the devil of basketball, since Kareem is the angel of basketball. We just get the sense they imply that he's an evil figure.
Yeah, and it turns out, because earlier this guy and the lottery ticket lady were trying to tempt Ernest with money and fame and riches. Turns out his actual target was the boy Quincy. He wanted to corrupt the soul of a young boy through Ernest, using Ernest to influence this young boy to do misdeeds and be evil and selfish. But it was through the power of Christ and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the goodness in Ernest's heart that the boy sees the error of his ways and learns the meaning of teamwork, of kindness, of honesty, and just good old-fashioned hard work. Returns the shoes, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tells the devil that maybe he hinted that they appear on Earth at intervals in different forms, because he says that maybe the boy will recognize you the next time you cross paths with him. He says something like it, like hinting at the fact that whatever this demon is, this Beelzebub, takes on many different shapes, but the boy, being pure of heart now, will recognize him should he ever attempt to corrupt his soul once more. And so the movie ends on this note that the angel Kareem, and the devil have been feuding with each other for some time over the souls of the innocent, and Kareem, the angel, has emerged victorious through the power of Christ and God and basketball, and the devil has once more been foiled by the power of Christ, and that's Slam Dunk Ernest.
It seems a little short-sighted on the part of the Archangel to introduce what was essentially the catalyst for the possible corruption of this little boy and of Ernest.
Counterpoint: God works in mysterious ways.
That's true, and it is His will. But yeah, that seems a little irresponsible.
Praise be to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And so that's, folks, that's Slam Dunk Ernest. There's also some little Nicky in there at the end. There's a little bit. Yeah. So we had a good time at the movies today. By the way, if anybody wants to watch this movie, it is free on YouTube with ads, but it is free. It's quite the motion picture, and and it does take you back to a moment in time, because there's no studios making movies like this anymore, because it is like I said earlier, it is a live action cartoon. It's like Ernest is just a cartoon character, but like a real guy, like a live action guy. But he's bouncing around and doing cartoon stuff. And Jim Varney, what a talent. He has the rubbery face and the voice.
That's what it's all about. Much like Family Guy, how you're watching for Peter. Anytime Ernest goes anywhere, you're watching for Ernest.
Mm-hmm.
The other people are just there.
There's a lot of really unsettling close shots of Ernest's face in this movie, to showcase like the rubberiness, like the Ernest face. Like there's like really uncomfortable close-ups of Jim Varney hitting him with the Ernest.
Who we already saw. If you guys are Patreon members, we saw last week. He's a beautiful man. He's handsome.
Jim Varney is sexy, dude.
But so what an acting choice to like film from below and do this weird underbite, and you feel that they're trying to make you uncomfortable and think, oh, this guy's ugly, this guy's unlikable, from a very handsome man. Yeah. I respect it.
Well, he's a hot piece of ass, let's be real.
Jim Varney was a beautiful, beautiful man, and gone too soon. He was only like 50.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think this movie, even though this was not his greatest performance, he still shined through as the reason that you're lasting the whole hour 30. It's to watch Ernest and his foibles.
Yeah. So, folks, we this is the first time we really have dissected a movie on the show.
Andrew's dissect.
Yeah, and it was fun to actually get to utilize my
you did a great job,
Dalton. I think you should watch or like review movies more. That was fucking hilarious. Like just the depths that you
I agree
that you were able to go to on an Ernest movie.
You should watch bad movies and review them, Dalton, for sure.
That was fun, yeah, because that's like all you do in writing class in college, like all these literature classes, like dissect like classic works of literature. So to apply that to Slam Dunk Ernest was very fun.
Yeah. You talk about saying the folly of like I was like, damn, all right.
Yeah, that's hilarious. The Ernest grandiosity.
And I'm not gonna lie, like this was perfect because like talking about bad movies is like hilarious usually, but when you get a bad movie that's also kind of fun to watch, that's the ultimate.
I had a lot of fun watching this
for comedy purposes. Like this was the best work to do for the show because I was like, I like this, and I have a lot of stuff to say about it that I think is very funny.
That was like this was a fun
Remember
movie.
the time we just watched Goldmember, Dalton, on the Loud Boys, and we were just like, this is great.
Yeah, we had nothing to add to. Really, this is good.
I know. We just watched it. We're like, I'm horny. This is good.
Did you guys have any laugh out loud moments during this film?
I mean, when he converts to Islam, really made me laugh.
I don't think I really laughed out loud that much, but I did enjoy how silly he was.
I couldn't laugh at the Muslim thing because I had to rewind it like 3 times just to figure out, wait, what just happened?
He's Muslim now.
He changed his name and now he's Muslim. So I had to process that. My hardest laugh was when the credits hit because it was just like, and that's the movie. That's it.
Yeah.
I didn't get to the credits, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't even think the movie ends on Ernest. Like, it ends with Kareem, the angel, and the devil.
Yep.
Having their little tete-a-tete, and then the freeze frame and credits.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's this was a fun movie.
We gotta do this every once in a while, whether it's for other movies or just if we continue with Ernest.
There's so many Ernest movies.
Yeah, anything that's free on YouTube, fucking why not?
Yeah.
Let's see, we got some super chats in here. Let's see, Pandatron, who's been coming around in the corn-fed / Crowder universe lately.
Oh yeah,
making huge strides.
He's our Ernest.
He's great. Yeah.
Yeah, we know what he means.
I love podcasting with the panda.
Yeah, he's the man. Thank you, Pandatron. Dr. Spergenberg has been a member for 1 month.
Damn, I sold my Chappelle ticket for I made like $100 on it, but I'm also kind of bummed I'm not gonna go see him tonight.
Yo, Craig, whenever you get a chance, throw this up.
Yeah, that's a shame you won't be able to watch a guy smoke a pack of cigarettes for 5 hours.
Well, he's at Radio City, so I think he was gonna bring it. But I do need the money, but I'm also like, damn. Once it's sold, I was like really anxious it wouldn't sell. But then once it sold, I was like, oh, I kind of.
Did you know that Video City killed the Radio City? Yo, check this out. This is Jim Varney when he
whatever, dude. I
Chevy...
spend so much money on bullshit and entertainment. It's good to.
Don't worry, you're about to be rich on XRP. But this is Jim Varney when he went on the Chevy Chase show and shows off what a Renaissance movie is. Check this out.
This is a dulcimer.
That's what I thought, yeah. Can you actually play that?
Yes, I do. Would you like to hear a little?
Would you play a little? Yeah.
Well, see.
Do you want to hear him play? All right.
This instrument has existed for about 400 years, and the piano came from this. It was a multiple string dulcimer, then it became a hammer dulcimer, which became went through the harpsichord, clavier, and eventually became the piano. So this is the predecessor of the piano.
I don't believe a word of it.
Okay, would you believe this was the predecessor of violin?
Yeah, there you are. I knew we had something. Play us something.
Okay.
What do you need?
I got a pick.
All right.
You play this on your lap.
That's beautiful.
Man, what a talent! I mean, what a beautiful, beautiful man. Gone too soon.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I mean the Chevy Chase show. It should have stuck around.
Let's see. We got Air Tar. Air Tard instead of Air Bud. That would have been a good name. But it has to stick to the Ernest Goes To format, which that's one thing that was refreshing about the title of this movie. They broke away from the Ernest Goes To
Slam Dunk Ernest.
Because it could have been Ernest Goes To the Hoop. Ernest Goes to the rack.
Ernest goes
downtown.
Yeah, exactly. Which that could mean something else.
Oh yeah.
Pause. I wonder if Varney. I wonder if he fucked guy butts. You think he
Probably
might have had
not.
a little shug in the tank?
Maybe. Probably not.
Honestly, he is skinny enough.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. We got C Dumps gift and memberships. Thank you, C Dumps.
Thank you, C Dumps.
Kenny T.
Why would Ernest do that?
Why would he do that?
I did actually.
Hey, Ernest, you're gonna abandon your friends?
By the way, that wasn't.
They're cool black guys. Why would you do that?
I was not just doing that Twitter thing where I had an idea and tried to frame it as a dream. I genuinely, the other night I was asleep and I genuinely had a dream that Sebastian was doing a TV show that was like a detective procedural called "Why Would You Do That?"
That was, dude, that was so funny.
And he said that, but then I hate to just describe a dream. There was also like a Larry Sanders element to it where the show was actually a show about Sebastian doing a detective show. And so he was upset with the creative direction of the detective show that he was acting in. So I kind of had a dream that Sebastian got his own 30 Rock, basically.
That almost makes too much sense to be a dream. Like that's actually really good. I would watch that if Sebastian had that. It's just him in a detective suit walking with somebody else, and he's like,
the heist?
He's got like a pencil and a clipboard, and he's like, all right. I'm thinking now, why would he do that? Let's look at the clues, okay? Why would he do that? I know why he would do that.
Okay, so the victim, she was last seen at Chipotle?
But then imagine, zoom out, and now we see that that's the show within a show, and the actual show is Sebastian looking at a script, talking about the character he plays, going, "Why would he do that?"
I mean, I actually think he would do a show like a Louis style show, but starring some like Bookie is honestly, I'm enjoying it.
So it was like a Sebastian 30 Rock for a
detective procedural. It's called 30 WAP, and it's Sebastian is acting in a detective procedural called "Why Would You Do That?" But then the actual show is the behind the scenes.
It's him writing this down.
Yeah, Sebastian is constantly like upset with the direction of the show. He feels like it's unfulfilling. He thought his career would be different. You know, it's all the foibles that come with the show business.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
It was actually
Jim Varney fucked off of his Ernest fame.
Oh, dude, Jim Varney was crushing pussy.
Absolutely.
I guess
he was getting some fucking motion off of Ernest.
I guess if fucking what's his name? Don Knotts got pussy, then Ernest probably got pussy too. Yeah.
I don't think Don Knotts was out for pussy.
Dude, he was like a notorious sex addict.
Yeah,
I would believe that, but not the pussy part.
No, he got.
You think Don Knotts was gay?
Pussy. I didn't even know it was like a debate or a question. I thought we all knew he was
Don
gay.
Knotts was fucking.
You're thinking of Jim Neighbors.
Is Don Knotts? Is that Barney
Who's
Fife?
the guy who talked like this?
Yeah, Don Knotts is Barney, and he was Mr. Furley.
That guy was gay as fuck.
No,
Furley, like fuck, dude.
Yeah, Mr. Furley fucked.
Furley was out there. Fucking.
You're thinking of of Jim Neighbors, who also that was Private Gomer Pyle in Mayberry. He was gay. Jim Neighbors. I don't think Don Knotts was gay.
Aren't you embarrassed?
Don Knotts was just kind of like maybe a little effeminate, but I don't think Don Knotts was gay. Maybe. It's Hollywood. They're all fucking gay.
Actually, yeah. Can someone YouTube the Norm and Nick Swartz and Don Knotts joke?
Maybe I am thinking of Jim Neighbors.
You're thinking of Jim Neighbors. Jim Neighbors was gay.
Okay. My bad.
My wife. My husband.
Maybe they're both. I mean, maybe they're both gay. Maybe they fucked each other.
But yeah, Barney Fife does look gay though. He does look gay. Or did he play a gay guy on Three's Company?
No. John Ritter.
Pete Holmes
played Jack Tripper, who was pretending to be gay
Yes.
so that the Ropers would let him live in an apartment with 2 women.
And his
and then-
landlord was Barney Fife, right?
And then when
that ever a thing?
when Mr.
Was that ever
Furley
a
took,
thing where like landlords wouldn't let a guy be a roommate with 2 girls?
I don't know if that was
Like,
ever.
why didn't you just say, "Oh, one of them's my girlfriend"?
I don't know. But then when Mr. Furley,
I feel like being like, "I'm gay." Is like,
eventually Mr. Furley, played by Don Knotts, takes over the building from the Ropers. He still maintains that rule that I guess if you're going to be a guy living with 2 girls, you better be
Three's
gay.
Company is retarded.
It's a stupid fucking show.
It's like, here's what you say as a landlord if they have good credit. Okay, if it works for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. But no,
What are you? Are you gonna have a sex here?
the Ropers were good Christian folk, and they say, hey, the only way we're letting a man live with 2 women is if he's fucking queer. And then Mr. Furley that was in the contract, I guess, that he had to maintain that rule for the building that Jack Tripper could only live there if he was gay. And so
for some reason, I thought, and I haven't seen the show that much. You know, it's an old show. You see it like you've maybe seen it a couple times in your life.
I have seen every episode. It came on TV Land so much when I was a kid. I'm sure I've seen it all.
I was under the impression that Mr. Furley was gay, and the reason that Ritter pretended to be gay was so that his gay landlord would have a crush on him.
No.
And let him stay in the apartment.
No. John Ritter, the character Jack Tripper, played by John Ritter, was pretending to be gay so that he could live with Chrissy and the whatever the other character's name was.
Wait, no, living with Chrissy? You're thinking of Mr. Ed.
I'm thinking of Frank Pellegrino.
No, Mr. Ed was the
show. That's right.
That's
yes,
where they lived with Chrissy.
No, when Three's Company starts, the building is on the landlords are the Ropers, Mr. and Mrs. Roper, and the Jack Tripper, Chrissy, and whoever the other one was. They want to live together because it's a good deal, it's a good price. But the only way that the Ropers are going to let them live together is if they can be assured that they're not fucking.
Okay.
So Jack Tripper, played by John Ritter, pretends to be gay, even though Jack Tripper is a pussy hound. He loves pussy more than anything, but he's pretending to be gay so that he can live in this apartment. Because the price of rent being what it is, you gotta have roommates, right? And so then eventually the building gets bought out, or Mr. Furley takes over. And I guess the rule still applies that Jack Tripper has to be gay to continue living in this apartment with Chrissy and the other lady. But then eventually, like, one of the ladies leaves and then another lady moves. So he never gets to escape this charade of being a gay guy. Yeah. But I don't think it was ever a thing that Mr. Furley was gay. He just wore ascots.
He's like the opposite of Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah, he just
the guy that has to pretend to be gay.
Yeah, because like in the 70s, everybody just dressed gay. They wore short shorts and fucking, ascots and pink shirts and shit. But I don't think Mr. Furley. I don't think it was ever even implied that he was gay. He was just an old guy.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I could look it up. Was Mr. Furley?
Okay. Really? Do you really think that? Okay.
Was Mr. Furley gay? No. In fact, it says here that he was homophobic in the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, damn, I had that all fucked up. Dan Mullen, whose picture is now Ernest as well. Ernest is a sensation already in the Crowder Boys. We can just tell who's going to work in this world of ours. I heard Anthony Cumia audition for the role of Ernest, but he was rejected on the count of being too black.
The count? Oh, and also, I just wanted to address something real quick regarding Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Shadow does an Akira slide in the movie on a motorcycle. He does the Akira slide.
An also Akira slide?
Yep.
Man, that is
He gets-
just that
he
is
gets
just
double
pandering to
penetrated.
autistic people. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yep,
Damn.
he gets double penetrated. He does an also Kira slide or two dicks sliding his ass.
What was this rated?
PG for cartoon violence.
Damn. So yeah, the kids are just watching porn now.
Yeah.
That would be. I'd watch it if you told me that was what happened. I might watch it anyway, but I would 100% watch it if there was double penetration.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is good. The 20 minutes combined of Jim Carrey in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 are great. And then the rest of the movie is fucking horse shit.
Lee Rector's the man. The 10 memberships. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Damn near killed her. Pull up sexy Jim Varney. Yeah, Jim Varney was a hunk, dude.
He absolutely was, and that's why it's admirable that he would play such a bumbling, ugly buffoon,
Mm-hmm.
but lovable, of course. Another gifted. I'm not gonna try and say your name. You got to change that name, man. I'm sorry, but I like dinosaurs. Ernest goes to Club Random. Okay. Now
Mhm.
that
It's George Carlin going, it's a big club random and you're not in it.
so I don't understand. Why do you want to play basketball if you're so bad?
Okay, you're white. Why are you a janitor? Go to college.
Dude, yo, get ready to get your fucking pussies wet for sexy Ernest, dude.
He's the sexiest.
Check this shit out, dude. Crack, go ahead and throw that up. Yo, look at this sex symbol, dude.
That's
What do you think of
and
that?
that's not even the sexiest picture. He almost looks Native American in that one.
Yo, dude, he's got his ear pierced. Dude.
The one you had last time, that was like who
Oh.
would play John Krasinski.
Well, yeah, the one on his Wikipedia page, like if you go to hold on. If you go to his Wikipedia, they got the sexy Ernest picture.
Sexy
Let
Ernest.
me find it.
He's just the best.
Yo. Look at that.
I mean, how do you? That's like the best picture.
Weirdly
ever.
hot. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Ernest was a hunk, dude.
I could just look at this picture for hours.
You
More
can
like
take this in
More like Jim Horny.
the...
Oh yeah. I can't find the original, but they talked about Don Knotts before this. Right before this, they talked about. He's like, who was actually a huge sex addict was Furley. Like you'd always have actresses on it. Apparently, fuck all of them on Three's Company. And then they come back from the break. I can't find the full episode; they're not on YouTube. But this is right after they were talking about that.
We're going to do. First of all, I'm told by Nick Swartzen that he's come up with a new impression for his act, known for his impressions. What is it again?
This is Mr. Furley talking to the 20-year-old girl he just woke up next to. Or no, he's in the middle of sex with her. I'm coming in your butt.
Oh my God. Well, listen, man. Hey,
Your mouth is my toilet.
now, wait, what about the man grates?
Is that like a genital cleanser?
No, my God. It is 100% made in America. Cast iron grilling grates. It's revolutionizing the way people grill.
Jesus.
What?
I thought it was like all right.
You want to hear what it has?
Yeah.
It has heavy-duty grilling grates. Deliver exactly what you need to achieve that perfect steakhouse flavor. Chicken, steak has never tasted so good. Listen, no more dry meat.
That's what
Guaranteed.
the girl said to Mr. Furley.
Oh, come on.
Hey-o.
Come on. Hey, it was named one of 2012's best grilling accessories by Men's Health magazine. Man grates, there's more fucking facts about the man grate than about Nick. Man grates are the perfect gift for Dad this Father's Day. Your dad's alive.
No.
Fuck. God damn it. I'm sorry about your dad.
That's fine.
Go to mangreat.com and enter the coupon code NORM for their $19.99 Father's Day special. 100% made in America. 100% cast iron. Hey, how about this? Each Norm MacDonald show order comes with a heavy-duty grilling brush.
Jesus.
What? Man, great. What do you think of that?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again. Again. That's the Man Great Grill Enhancement System. Order today at mangreat.com and enter the coupon code NORM at checkout. Now you're going to, it weighs a lot of pounds.
Is that heavy?
Yeah. Listen, man, what was that fucking Vegas story?
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
What is in that?
Everybody go check out Norm clips.
They're great, dude.
Just two raving alcoholics.
Norm and Swartzen.
Yeah, go check out clips.
Norm actually didn't drink. I actually met him once, and we were backstage at Caroline's, and he was a big pothead. He was smoking the whole time, but there was no booze backstage, only Red Bulls.
Red Bar?
Red Bar.
I thought he was somebody that had trouble with alcohol.
No, I don't think he liked it. He was into, I think, like benzo. I think because he actually got diagnosed with cancer before he was famous. So I think he might have avoided it.
Oh shit. We got to get to the page.
Oh yeah, let's get to the
Yeah, we got to go to the Patreon. Patreon.com/TheCrowderBoys. We're going to go there now and discuss something.
Skankfest NOLA thoughts. Gonna be sick, and we're all gonna be there.
I really hope I get invited. This year, I actually really hope I get invited because I fucking love New Orleans.
Bro, you're going this year. It's
really hope
happening. Last year, last year was what it was, you know. But this year is different.
I'm fine missing a Vegas because I went twice. So, but this year I'm like I really want to go.
They're calling it Marty Gas Digital.
Oh my god, the big sleazy.
The big sleazy, yeah.
We all going for sure. Crowder Boys Live 2025, maybe.
I actually heard Lewis, the Pelicans are going to sign him because he's the point guard of podcasting.
Wow, the Pelicans. That's a big bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on the Patreon, actually. I saw a cool bird today. So head over to the Patreon. I'm going to talk about this bird that I saw.
Dave Smith is going to be Zionism Williamson.
To Dave's credit, I don't think
he's not. No, he's actually very anti-Israel. But
I think he's like, that's his one like consistent thing is he's anti-war.
Yeah,
you guys are both just part of the problem.
Taxation is theft,
and the Fed,
the Fed, crypto.
Honestly, and that's what they need to do to Zion. He's really fat. They need to end the Fed. For him. He's got to lose some weight.
Robbie, how rich are we now? XRP's at 313.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah.
I got
no
XRP
way.
Too.
I didn't need to sell these fucking Chappelle tickets at all.
So I have 2,249 XRP. So that means I have
an extra retarded penis.
$7,039.37.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
but we're holding, right?
I'm holding. Because like that's a long term one for me. So like, I put it on a ledger, like a cold storage wallet. I put it on a ledger.
Good night.
Patreon.com.